the training and preparation is over. SM-3 missiles are loaded into the forward and aft cells of the vertical launching system. And USS Lake Erie CG-70 departs Pearl Harbor, Hawaii for the third live-fire ballistic missile defense flight test in 2007. Conducted by the Missile Defense Agency and the Navy, this is another test of the sea-based element of the U.S. Ballistic Missile Defense System, AEGIS BMD. Joining Lake Erie is the first Allied Aegis ship with ballistic missile defense capability, JS Congo from Japan. They transit to their test positions on the Pacific Missile Range and wait to begin FTM-13 Stellar Griffin. FTM-13 for the first time tests the capability of Aegis BMD to conduct live simultaneous dual engagements against short-range ballistic missile targets. Lake Erie will use its Aegis BMD 3.6 weapon system and two SM-3 Block 1A missiles to intercept and destroy its targets. Aegis BMD will schedule and control both engagements at the same time while the ballistic missiles are in space. The two ARAV-A ballistic missile targets are launched from the Pacific Missile Range Facility, PMRF, on Kauai only 70 seconds apart. At their battle stations are the Navy officers and crew of Lake Erie ready to execute the test. Scenario intelligence places the ships in a potential hostile operating area waiting possible ballistic missile launches from hostile country red. Lake Erie uses Mission Planner to set up Aegis Spy-1 radar search sectors for ballistic missile target detection. Both Aegis BMD ships will exchange data and voice information using two satellite links to U.S. forward deployed naval forces in Japan. Lake Erie will also use its missile downlink system to receive telemetry from the kinetic warheads and conduct kill assessments on the targets. Meanwhile, JS Congo is preparing to demonstrate its Aegis BMD combat system configuration to detect, track, and conduct a simulated engagement against one of the ballistic missile targets. Back on Lake Erie, the ship prepares to use the engagement sequence group launch on Aegis Spy-1 when it engages the targets. Aegis Auto BMD weapon doctrine missile engagement is used with fire authorization bypass disabled. With Auto BMD weapon doctrine, the Aegis system automatically computes a recommended time to engage a ballistic missile target with an SM-3 missile. For FTM-13, the missile system supervisor will manually press the Fire Authorize variable action button to fire each SM-3. And a launch pad at the Kauai Test Facility on PMRF is the first of two short-range ballistic missile targets ready for launch. After receiving a series of increasing ballistic missile threat intelligence reports, the last one is received. Set space warning red, weapons tight. Lake Erie is now at the highest state of alert for a ballistic missile launch. No target countdowns are given to the crew. They remain ready to respond to any hostile actions and detect the ballistic missile launches. As the target climbs into space, it is detected by Spy-1 radars on Lake Erie and Congo. Congo demonstrates its Aegis BMD weapon system configuration by detecting and tracking the target. Congo's simulated SM-3 engagement against a live ballistic missile target is a success. On Lake Erie, shortly after initial detection, the track is declared a ballistic missile target.
Fireball, 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 track 80022, now track 7013.
Many steps take place on Lake Erie before the target is engaged and destroyed. The Aegis BMD weapon system must determine that the target is engageable.
Good target cleared to fire.
Lake Erie then computes a fire control solution with Aegis BMD 3.6.
Auto engager ordered 7013.
And the captain authorizes the forward VLS to respond to the first ballistic missile threat with its SM-3 Block 1A missile.
All stations, Captain. This is Green, batteries released, SM-3.
After Lake Erie fires the first SM-3, the Aegis BMD system continuously updates its intercept solution, providing the SM-3 with data throughout flight, keeping it on an intercept path with its target. With the first SM-3 already under engagement, Lake Erie detects the second target in flight.
Fireball, 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 track 7017.
The Aegis BMD weapon system must again determine that the second target is engageable.
Good target, cleared to fire.
All stations, cabin Viz is green, batteries released SM-3.
A second SM-3 is fired. Both SM-3 missiles attack the targets in the same way. First, the Aegis BMD system updates its intercept solutions continually, keeping both SM-3 missiles on an intercept path with the targets. As the SM-3s near the targets, the third stage rocket motor maneuver is performed. The SM-3s are now in a proper path to intercept the targets, and each kinetic warhead, or KW, is ejected. Infrared sensors on the KWs combined with Aegis spy radar data help distinguish the targets from other objects in space to confirm target correlation. An upgraded KW has full divert maneuverability to drive it into the target at a predetermined aim point using only the kinetic energy of the KW. In this animated view of the closing sequence, the KW acquires the target. A square around the target image indicates that the target is in track and KW divert guidance has commenced. A direct target hit on the first and second targets. Destruction achieved by lethal force. Aegis BMD's 10th and 11th successful intercepts of ballistic missiles. An impressive achievement for the entire MDA Navy Aegis BMD team. Important test data collected by a variety of optical sensors and radar systems observing FTM-13 will be analyzed in the days and weeks ahead. Satellite data link transmission allows the MDA, Navy, Aegis BMD team, and others in the warfighting community to witness the dual intercepts of FTM-13 Stellar Griffin. FTM-13 success further demonstrates Aegis BMD capability, engaging and intercepting multiple short-range ballistic missiles in a raid-type scenario with SM-3s, achieving 2 intercepts with 2 missiles.
First, I think Aegis is the greatest weapon system ever put to sea. And these are not simple missions. These are growing ever more complex each time we do them. So it becomes a test, not just of the Aegis weapon system, not just a test of the missile, but also a test of the crew.
Defending our forward deployed forces, our allies, and the nation. Sea-based Aegis BMD, tested at sea, on patrol.